recorded calls I have with an actual seller and how I talk, how I maneuver, and how I negotiate my way to getting this property under contract. Originally, the seller was asking about $250 to $260, but with just a few questions, I got the seller to come down to about $194. Check it out. Intro. Let's go get this money!
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Khang.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm one of the purchase managers. Supposed to call you back today regarding your property located at a good time.
Yep, you're fine.
Fantastic. Happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm on call, so not quite as happy as it could be.
Oh, gotcha. So, what do you do for work?
I work for Amazon Web Services as a
nice.
systems development engineer.
Well, I don't know if I should think Amazon or don't think Amazon, because Amazon, I was Amazon Prime, and the wife, she gets the package every single day. So
there you go. Yeah, and well, I mean, I work for the other side of the house. I work for the tech side, the one that runs the internet. You know, I think they run like a third of the internet or something ridiculous like that. Just
because of how many people purchase?
Oh, I don't even know. I'm so far in the weeds in terms of there's so many engineers in this company.
Gotcha. So, Ben, going to review the information with you really quick, just to make sure everything we have is correct.
Yeah, I realized I probably needed to adjust at least one thing that was mentioned last night. So, and that is, so I owe $94 on the property, but I know that there's the secondary loan that I used when I got down payment assistance, which was I think $8,000, and I think it's like 1% APR, and it'd be paid back after 30 years or whenever you sell the house. But I haven't been able to get the current number for what that number is, so the actual amount owed on the house is probably closer to 104 or 102.
Okay, so I'll just put 104 just so be conservative here. Got it. Okay. So it's 104. No problem. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Yeah, no worries.
So let me see here. I want to confirm the address again just to make sure. So it's 1 Tacoma, right?
That is correct.
Fantastic. And does this happen to be your cell phone?
Yes, it is.
Okay, fantastic. So let me make sure we put this into your cell phone. Besides getting the right price for the property, what is another reason that you are looking to sell?
Well, we're under contract on a new home.
Oh, so, nice. Congrats.
Yeah, that we're trying to make the move, and it's a contingent sale. So, or contingent on the sale. Yeah.
Oh, that is exciting. So, or is it somewhere else?
In Lakewood. That's where I grew up.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Now, do you have, so if we can come together to an agreement on a price that work for you and work for us, is there a time frame that you have to close by? Yeah,
I need to close by, we'd be looking at November 1st would be preferable, and then I need to be able to stay in the property until November 3rd at the very least to be able to move the remainder of our stuff out.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me to make a note here. So closing, okay, hold on a second. So closing would have to be November 3rd?
No, we're closing on the new place on the 3rd, so it has to be closed before that. So the 1st would probably be the safest date.
Gotcha. So November 1st or sooner, and then you would have to stay there for until when?
At least until we close the new place and get the keys and have a day or two to move everything over.
Gotcha. Okay, so in property.
So maybe 5 days top.
Got it. Okay, so stay in property for 5 days after closing to move. Perfect. Okay, gotcha. So it is it's a 3-bedroom, 2 bath.
1 bath.
Oh, 1 bath. And
technically, see, there's a detached 2-car garage that's got an additional dwelling unit that has a bathroom, so I don't know how that plays in.
Okay. So I guess they turn that garage into a living space?
Just the upstairs. The downstairs is still a functional garage.
Oh, nice. Do you know what's the square footage upstairs?
I do not. I'd imagine it's the same in terms of the length and width of the garage. I think it's 30 feet one way and probably longer the other the long way. So it's a decent amount.
A studio, or is it a 1-bedroom, 1 bath?
For the upstairs?
Yep.
Studio, basically. Yeah, it's got a bathroom, and it's got an area that's set up to be a kitchen. It's not finished, so that's the only thing. It's lacking drywall and cabinets and stuff.
Is it currently rented or?
Nope.
Okay, got it. Okay, so it's not in use right now.
Correct.
And it's roughly about I guess, close to 1,200 square feet. Okay. For the house, and you're currently living there. All right.
Yep.
So I would so I'm going to change this to 104 SO. Okay. Just once, and then repair. You estimated it's going to need roughly about 49,000 repairs to update the house.
Yeah, that was what was provided by Redfin. Now they just couldn't get a team big enough to be able to do the repair jobs because I guess they can only handle smaller stuff in-house. So that was their reason for rejecting the offer, unfortunately.
Bummer. I see.
Yeah.
And what did they
They offered $289 before all the fees and everything. So after fees was I think $260, and then with repairs brought it down to $212.
$212?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So I guess then let me ask you. If we were to take over the property as is, once the mortgage of 104 is, let's just say everything is paid off, do you know roughly what's the least you need to net in your pocket to be able to make this work?
Bare minimum is going to be at least $90,000 to $95,000.
So you need $90K net in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh.
And my real estate agent, who's been working with me on getting the new place, has had some folks taking a look at this as well. So,
got it. Okay. So let me see here.
Going all out to make it work.
Sure. No, I understand. If we were to take care of all the closing costs, all the fees, taking over the property as is, close this by November 1st for you, could you go any lower than $90,000 net to you in your pocket for us?
No, unfortunately, because that is the amount that is needed for closing costs on the new place. I wouldn't be taking anything extra out for anything else. It's literally just enough to be able to close on the new place.
I got it. So we're looking at a purchase price of $194 with us paying all closing costs and all fees, right?
Assuming that that's what the cost of the down payment assistance loan is, which is the kind of the black hole for me. It started out at $8,000. It's been 12 years, and it's 1% APR. I think that puts it pretty close to $10,000. But
okay. So let me see here. So so 194 is the purchase price. But no matter what, you have to get a 90,000 net to you, right?
That is correct.
Net, okay. Net for closing. Okay, so we'll take over, and closing will have to be November 1st or sooner. Got it. Okay. Oh, man, it's going to be tough. So we got how many days? Okay. So we got 15. Wow. Okay, so that's a little tight. 15 days. Sure, if I could or I cannot, but if I were to get this price here approved with my team manager, $194 purchase price, but net to you would have to be $90,000 net. We pay all closing costs, all fees. Taking over the is with us paying all the repairs and whatnot, and giving you the extra 5 days after closing to vacate. If I can get that approved with my team manager, is that something that you're ready to move forward and get the paperwork done and sell your property today?
I need to hear back by end of day today, but if it's the best that I can do and it lines up, then absolutely. If you can run that by and get back to me, and I can give you, I don't know if you guys are open tomorrow, I assume, right?
Yeah, I was going to get off the phone with you. I got another appointment that I'm going to call, but I was going to get off with you. I was going to wrap up that phone call meeting, and then I was going to have a meeting with my team manager, but I want to make sure that I get on board first. So if I can get a meeting with them and get them to approve the purchase price of $194, net to you would be $90,000. We cover all closing costs, all fees, taking over the property as is, giving you that 5 days after closing, and closing will have to be November 1st or sooner. If I can get all of that approved and everything like that, I just want to know are you ready to move forward, get the paperwork done, and sell the property to us?
I need to think about that. I seriously need to think about that because I'm still waiting on the appraisal for the new place. And so the last thing I want to do is sell my house and not have a place to go, if that makes sense. So that's the one thing that I'm hanging on right now. And so that's really the only contingency. The appraisal took place yesterday, and unfortunately their report due date's not until the 28th. So at some point I'm going to have to pull the trigger regardless, right? So the worst case scenario is I would need to have a contingency if prior to closing that the appraisal came back and I wasn't be able to move forward with the other loan, I'd have to pull the plug. So that's where I'm at. And I know that at least one of the other folks who's come to visit today is fine with that. So yeah, I mean, if you want to start the process and you know, see if you can get approval from your manager, I'd love to have that offer on the table.
So the thing is here is with us, and be straight up and forward with you. I just know that if I'm going to go in and I'm going to have a meeting with my team manager, and I will make sure that, you know, obviously our whole goal is to make sure that this process is easy for you as possible, and we'll work with you on the time frame and everything like that. So I can go in there and also to let them know, and I know we've done this before, so it won't be an issue. So I'll tell them that it will be contingent on obviously you closing on the other property before obviously selling off yours.
Okay. Well, how about I give you a call back in about an hour? Is this number good for you?
Yes.
Okay, then I can give you an answer one way or another around that time, okay?
Back from you within an hour before I call the meeting then.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
So if you'd like to listen part 2, be sure to boom, smash that thumbs up. And also too, if you're new to the channel, make sure to boom, smash that subscribe button. But I'm going to follow up with the seller, kind of see where he's at in his price and see if we can get that property locked up on a contract. So I'll keep you guys posted. Now, for those of you who's watching this, if you're having trouble, you don't know how to talk, how to negotiate with the seller when you get on the phone, you sound all weird, all awkward, you sound a little scammy because you don't know how to maneuver through the phone call. You don't know how to qualify, filter the leads. You don't know how to negotiate. You don't know how to get them to come off on price. You don't know how to handle their objections when they say, hey, you know, hey, the price is too high. I got multiple offer. You know, maybe let me think about it. The let me think about it is a lot of time. That's what majority of you guys are stuck on. So typically when I get the seller, so let me drop a little bomb for you, okay? So when a seller say, hey, I want to think about it, typically 99% of the time is because it's the price. So, but what you want to do is you want to ask them this question. So, Mr. Seller, so it's Bob, Susan, or whatever. So I understand that you want to think about it, all right? Because you don't want to push them, okay? Definitely don't want to feel like one of those pushy salesmen. So you want to ease them in. So I typically say, so Bob, okay, not a problem. I completely understand. So you want to think about it. Not a problem. But let me ask you this. What is it that you wanted to think about? You know, is it the process that you worry about? Is that what concern you? Because a lot of time, you know, there are occasions where sellers, it's their first time selling the property. So they're very nervous and they don't know the process. They don't know who you are. So, you know, they kind of feel basically a little nervous to move forward. So you ask them, is it the process? Is it the price? Okay. And typically, like I said, 99% of the time it's the price. So Bob, is it the process that you worry about, or is it the price, or is it something that I said, or is it something that I said that upsets you? All right. So you want to go off by saying that, because majority of the time they're like, no, it's not you. And they would have to pick one or the other one to tell you which one it is, right? For them to get off the phone. So typically when they say it's the price, like I said, 99% of the time they will say the price. So once they say the price, here is the follow-up questions that you want to ask them. So Bob, I understand that it's the price. So my question to you is, where do you think that we would need to be for us to move forward and get this done today? So basically now you're throwing the ball back in their court and asking them to give you a final price of what they think it will work and it will make sense for them. Because let me tell you something, majority of the time, seller, when they say they think about it, the price is probably off and they just want to get off the phone with you so they can go make another call, talk to another investor, especially in today's market of obviously how hot it is, okay? So you want to be able to overcome that and get the price that they really want, okay, and then lock them in. Okay. And whenever they mention a price, all right, you don't just say, okay, oh, I think we can do that. You want to play it cool because you want them to feel like they are winning. Okay. So you want to play it cool and you want to say, and then you always want to get them to give you a commitment first as well. That's very important. So I typically say, so let's just say that they say a price. I typically say, that's that's a little bit higher than, obviously than where we want it to be. But let me ask you this, Bob. If somehow, all right, and I sound exactly like this. So if somehow I can get my team manager, all right, to agree to that price, the price that you want, are you ready to move forward, get the paperwork done, and sell your property today? And then you just shut your lips, and then you hear, and you want to get that firm commitment. Yes, I am. And then boom, I typically say, okay, Bob, you know what? I'm going to put you on a quick hold. All right. I'm going to run to my manager and ask him really quick. And then I'll be able to give you a yay or a nay on this right away. So that way, we don't have to play the phone tag game, and you can go on and find yourself another buyer if it doesn't work. And then I typically put them on mute. I go back, but I just sit there, play with my little finger, and then maybe 30 seconds or a minute or something like that. I come back to them. I tell them, well, Bob, guess what? You're right, and then you so on. So basically, let them. It basically at this time when you put them on a hold like that, it makes them feel like you're working for them, not working against them. That is the magic, my friend. So go give that a shot and let me know how it goes. Now, listen up. For those of you, if you really need help on talking and learn how to negotiate and all that, check out some of my Friday live cold call role play. It's going to really help you out. I've done a ton of those, okay? But for those of you who's like, hey, Khang, I'm ready. I just need a little bit help in it. Well, check out my King Kong script. Okay, there's 2 parts to the script. And this is for those of you who say, Khang, I don't want to waste my time, man. I got the money. All right, I'm ready to pay. Let's rock and roll, baby. All right, so check out my King Kong script. The link is right below. Just go to WTM fam or the link is in the description. Go check it out. But it is the best investment that you will ever made in yourself. And here's why. Because in the script, I will teach you exactly how to overcome all these seller objections. All right. How to negotiate, how to make them feel comfortable. All right. How to sound like a pro so you can convert more leads into deals, lock more property on a contract, and of course, make more money. I'll teach you how to qualify and filter the leads. And this is the key. Part 1 to the script, you can hire any employee. All right. They don't have to be a salesman. They just need to be able to follow the script. Okay, so that way you can hire VAs or someone in the US, whatever you want, all right, where they will be the one that filter and qualify the lead for you. So that way you only spend time talking to the motivated seller. All right, so part 2 to this show you how to call them back as a purchase manager and lock that property up on the contract completely over the phone. You don't have to go out to meet the seller. You don't need to go see the property. I also include, I think, 12 or 13 live call, all right, that I actually talk to seller, just like this one, but the whole entire thing where I actually lock them up on the contract all over the completely over the phone. And you get all the contracts and all that. You also get to join my private Facebook group as well, where you can network with other students and other people that actually purchase a course. So you can network and collaborate with like-minded people in there as well. But anyway, if that's something you're interested in, click the link right below in my description. Check it out and see if it's for you. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it does add some value to you. Once again, until next time, take care and